So here we are, day 3 of the vlog UXpreneur, and thank you guys so much for following me along on this journey as we start our own business as a UX designer. So one of the important parts I want to address today is the need for a website. A lot of people rush to get a website built and they spend money on domains, hosting, a website builder, etc. But these are added expenses. Actually, the fastest way to build business is through phone calls. Actually picking up the phone and calling people, the old Rolodex or Yellow Book analogy. Okay, so try to pick up the phone and actually call people either locally or, more importantly, people that you know in your network and ask them for referrals. That would be the fastest way to begin your business. You don't know if they need UX design yet. You have not diagnosed their problems, so you have to really listen first. So there is a lengthy amount of time it takes for you to sow seeds with phone calls before you're ready to close your client, your prospect. So that's what I would recommend if I were starting out and I had little to no money and I was just beginning my business. Now this starts to form your service business. You're providing a service of UX design to your clientele. All right. So once that starts to happen and you get some money in the door, like I said in our last video, around $600 or whatever, then you could take that money and invest it in your domain name. Now, domain names are all the rage. It feels real. It feels like you're actually buying the brand at that point. So use GoDaddy, Pork Bun, Namecheap, some of these type of vendors to find a TLD, which is like a .com, a .co, a .xyz. Some of these examples of TLDs can get really creative. For example, I own the UX.gallery, a gallery of UX designers. That's the reason I bought that TLD. The .com, the UX.com, was perhaps taken, or it was really expensive. So what you need is a cheap domain just to start to get your storefront online. And welcome to e-commerce, okay? In the beginning of website being online, you're really just marketing. It's simply a way to contact you. It's a URL link that you can put on your business card. You can email people and they have some place to go and learn more about you. So those are really the two most important parts of a website when you begin, is your about page and your contact page. Now, people are going to start asking like what services you provide. And so you could have a services page as well. So that's our information architecture. To begin, we have homepage, about, services, and contact. And that's a really simple website for you. Then the next step after that is to really automate some part of your business. And with e-commerce, you can automate customers coming in and test viability. And that's where everybody gets really excited, because money changing hands is viability. So we've talked mostly about like marketing, telemarketing with the phone, and web marketing with your website. But the next step is to automate this sales funnel, so you can actually get money through the door and validate your business. So let's say that you've been providing your service and you notice that perhaps a lot of your clients as a UX designer are asking for wireframes, and they just keep asking for wireframes and asking. You could, in theory, take the wireframe template that you've been working on and create a little kit out of it and sell it as a zip file, a downloadable file on your website. So this begins your journey into e-commerce, and you have actually a digital product that you could sell to help the customers that you target. Now, with that, we've talked about phone calls instead of websites. That'll be the fastest way to build your business without money. Okay, so make those phone calls if you want to work remote. In person is a faster way, actually, to build rapport and trust with people. So if you don't have a Rolodex and you don't have a Yellow Book and Try to use people that are physically near you in your locality, right? But once you build this foundation of service and trust and reputation, you no longer even need a portfolio of work, because now you have references that you can use to justify and build trust with new customers. And indeed, the referrals go on and on. Referrals still the fastest way. Returning customers also another fast way to get business through the door. So as UX designers, when we're starting out, we need to be making phone calls, meeting in person, and then we can automate. Now, if you have money and you want to, jump the gun, so to speak, then you can go ahead and create a brand presence online. And we can talk about how to design logos in another video. But for today, we're just talking about, you don't need a website to get started. You can make phone calls, meet people in person, and really feel the impact of serving people as a UX designer. But the next step is, yes, to scale up with a website. You can market to more people, you buy your own domain name, you get your own host provider. I use Hostinger because they had really cheap, economical, like $2.99 a month for a shared hosting plan. Now there's other hosts like Bluehost and etc. But I recommend Hostinger because I use it myself. You're welcome to find even cheaper stuff, but Hostinger is a little more usable. And as a UX designer, we can appreciate that, right? So it's very straightforward. And in a subsequent video, I'll show you how to set up your own domain and your own hosting provider, so you can point the DNS servers to the right place. And that will allow you to have your first website. And then finally, after the domain name and the host provider, you're going to need a website builder so you don't have to learn how to code. And so there's some no-code builders out there. We've seen Webflow, UXfolio, Card.co is nice, but Wix is another one people have used. The one that I recommend is using WordPress and Elementor because it's free and you don't have to pay for anything. You can get a lot done with those two, and you don't really have to pay for anything. So economically, smart business choice. So I'll show you guys how to do that in a subsequent video. Again, thank you for watching. If you are new here and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Click that bell for notifications and like the video so we can show up on more YouTube algorithm search results. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.